what's up everyone? KDK here. Welcome to our YouTube series Inside the Rawrrzone. If you like what you saw with Kaine, you're going to love what you see now with the infamous.
You already know it's Kaine, Skitzo Inc., the head of Skitzo Inc. My brother couldn't be here, L.I. Bleak. Shout out to Skitzo Inc., L.I. Bleak, Teak the Freak, my boy Tyler.
Oh, there's a whole group.
There's a lot more people, but I'm not going to shout them all out till they start putting out work with us, you feel me? So, yeah.
So, since you already brought that up, what is Skitzo Inc.?
So, Skitzo Inc. is my label. I started it when I was young. It's like, so right now, all the members is like dudes I met through my college. I used to go to SUNY Sullivan out in Sullivan County. So, I met all my people out there. So, it's me, my brother Bleak, my dude Teak the Freak, and then my homeboy who produces our songs, Tyler Sanford. His beats is fire. Like, so fire. So, like, there's other members and stuff, but we all met through college. Like, we was rapping and stuff in college. Met in, like, the student union and stuff, freestyling. I've been rapping for a long time, though. Like, the rest of them, like, they kind of started with me. So, yeah. But that's pretty much where Skitzo is right now. And it's a family. We trying to make this business move of us getting all our music out there and trying to take over the world, basically. Trying to start a new Rockefeller.
So how long has this process been taking thus far?
So I met them in 2016. So it's been like 2016, 2015. So it's been like 4 years, 5 years of us doing all this stuff, putting out music, hitting up SoundCloud. Now we just released our first album officially through all platforms. Talk Less, Work Hard. It's by Kaine. So if you want to look it up, it's Kaine X Bleak, Talk Less, Work Hard. So we dropped that in November. And like from that point on, like now we're just going, like everybody's on go mode. We're working on all our albums. Tyler dropped some tracks and stuff. He got a track right now with Mickey Fax. And so it's him and Mickey Fax. It's called Y'all Got a Year. It's crazy. The beat is fire. Mickey snapped on that. Like that's what we're trying to do right now. Just have all of us be able to have consistent workouts so that way we could start a full business where people have to take notice. And it's like, we not just from one spot, like we all in different areas, like different parts of New York, different states. I live out in Rhode Island. My brother Bleak live out in Buffalo. Tiki live in White Plains. And then like everyone's everywhere. Like we trying to really be global with this, but we got to start from somewhere.
Okay, what is the most difficult part right now about setting your own label?
So the hardest part, honestly, was just brought to my attention yesterday because like, it's getting everybody on the same page of this really being real. Because a lot of people still have the mindset of like hip hop is just a joke to them. Like they're playing with it. They just want to play with making music. They're not actually actively trying to get it like we're getting it. Like me and my brother Bleak, this is our love. This is our only thing that we want to do. Like we have jobs, we have school that we go to or whatever. Like Bleak goes to Buffalo State. I got a job and stuff. I work for Amazon. But that doesn't really mean anything to me as much as the music does. But then there's some people who like they still see themselves doing other things and music is like just a fun gateway when that's not where we're on right now. This is our business and it costs so much money. So I had to cut a couple of people from the label because of that, because they were still taking it as fun, friendly stuff when this isn't a game. Like we're really trying to do it. It costs a lot of money for us to like constantly do shows, the traveling, the like pretty much everything, paying for the beats, paying the people who's like putting on like our features and stuff. Like this is thousands of dollars coming out of pocket. So it's no more game time. So that's like the hardest part is like getting everybody on that business mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your new project is you and Bleak, but have you guys put out separate projects yet or no?
We both have a separate mixtape that's available on SoundCloud. Mine's is called First Sin and Bleak's is called Only the Fam Who Could Relate. And then Bleak and Tiki have an album together called The Art of Seduction. It's more R&B though, because Tiki's an R&B singer. And then Tyler has a bunch of stuff. Like he releases like beat albums on his SoundCloud. And then the song with Mickey Fax is available on Spotify and everything right now. But he's releasing a bunch of stuff slowly. His album's actually going to be the next album we release. It's Tyler's album with like all the artists that he's working with. I'm not going to go into all the names and stuff because like it's still real hush hush with him. But Mickey Fax is definitely on it. That's about all I could say.
Okay.
Actively.
So how is it? You said that one of your artists is also collaborating with Bleak, and Bleak is a hip hop artist.
Yes.
So how does that work, especially with two different mindsets? How do they work with both of them putting out one project together?
So essentially, it's very much like a Nate Dogg and Warren G type of vibe when they get in like a studio together. Like Bleak sings too, but
Bleak
he's not
sings?
Bleak sings all the hooks on our album, like me and his album together. You'll hear like all the hooks on our album, that's Bleak singing.
So the way it is
Bleak.
him?
Yeah. The person singing that hook, that's Bleak. Bleak could sing, but
Yo, shout out to Bleak because he's been having those late nights playing with this album.
yeah. And Bleak doesn't just sing though. He also is the one mixing and mastering. He does full production for the album. He just doesn't make the beats. But like literally all the studio work, that's 100% credit to Bleak. Like I started doing that, but after a certain point, like once he started going to school and stuff and learning more in school, he's been taking over doing that. So that's why, like, honestly, he's the CEO of Skitzo right now. Like he has, outside of my own say, he has the most say out of Skitzo. If what he says goes to anyone else, the only one it doesn't go for is me. Like he has to have a discussion with me, but with anybody else, he can say whatever he wants.
So you would say you're both. So you would be more the business side, and he's more in the creative aspect.
Pretty much, like he gives us a lot of the influence of where we should take things. Where I'm mostly just handle the business. Like I make sure that we're booking shows and stuff. Like honestly, I'm mostly just managing all the artists on the label and making sure that they have their right business mind on what they're gonna do. Where Bleak is doing like all of the production and like making sure everything sounds the best it could sound for anyone. Like he's making sure that the studio is right, that like if we are recording, we send all our files to him so he has a steady database of our songs. And then like pretty much I just do the final touch on it. That's it. Like once everything is done, I add the final touch and then put it out. That's pretty much it. So he makes my job a lot easier. But him and Tiki working together though, like Bleak and Teak the Freak, they work together. It's amazing because they both sing and they both rap, but Teak is more of a singer than a rapper. So their voices not sounding the same makes it blend so well. Like the Art of Seduction is amazing. It's an amazing album. And I didn't expect it to be as good as it is, but it's really good.
So why not transfer from SoundCloud
onto Spotify and stuff? So the reason for that is mostly because most of the beats are found beats and they don't know who they found it from. Like it's just random beats that they found online. So they released it as a mixtape because we don't really want to take the credit away from the producers if we don't know who they were. Because I'm always down for giving producers their proper credit and making sure that they receive their dividends for whatever they did. But I'm not going to just put out their music like this is 100% us because we have a producer. So people will just assume that he made it. And I don't want people ever to assume that. Because like his beats are dope enough where we could have made albums with just his beats. But at that time, he wasn't really producing as much as he is now. Like now he's like 100% on the ball. He's trying to be like the next Jay Dilla. And I'm loving it right now.
Okay. So what happens if you say you and Bleak are the heads of Skitzo. What happens if you guys clash heads?
We clash heads all the time because like I said, he's my brother. So we argue, we fight literally every single time I talk to him. And like we're both Leos, so we're both super aggressive with how we talk to each other. So we just fight and it's just be whatever. And then afterwards we end up agreeing or disagreeing or just agreeing to disagree and get back to work. That's pretty much it.
See, us Geminis don't have this problem.
Yeah, nah, I guess not, but we do. We both want, it's the real is because like he feels like I am like just trying to big brother him and like talk to him like, oh, I'm the big brother, just do what I say.
I mean, you look like Big Brother, though.
I mean, yeah, I'm older than him. I've been doing this for longer. Like, my opinion is very valid to him. But it's like something like he feels like he knows what he's doing. And like he doesn't want me to just talk down to him. And also, I give him the opinions of other people who I talk to. Because I take people's opinions when they give me opinions on our music. And I bring it back to him like, yo, this is things we could work on. And he doesn't really like criticism whatsoever. So he'll get like really upset about that. So then I have to like calm him down while he's black. Like he won't spaz on the people. He'll spaz directly on me. Like, why is you telling me that? I don't care. Fuck them. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, calm down. Like these is notes that we could take so we can move on to the next step. We could have like where we got to go after this. So anything that they say, we can shut them up the next time we do something. Like if they say like, oh, this thing didn't sound right, or you could have said this, the next time we'll say that. Next time we'll fix that. Then they don't have shit to say.
Like I feel like it would just seem hard for me to work with like I work with my best friend. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to the photography, but there's times we want to kill each other.
Yeah.
How do you find that separation though between the friendship and the business?
I mean, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, he's still my brother. So, like, regardless of anything, I'ma still deal with him. I still love him. Like,
but how would you deal? Like, has there been an issue so great that it would get between you and Bleak? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this album was a lot of problems like that. Me and him, if we were in person with each other, like, a lot of our music making is done over the phone because I live in Rhode Island and he lives in Buffalo. So we'll, like, call each other and stuff. And we'll argue so long that we end up just hanging up on each other and then doing it by ourselves. And then eventually we'll call each other back and be like, yo, all right, we got to get back to work, fam. Forget all this shit. Because, like, we both still, like, we're both bullheaded. We both will clash. But then we both know that this is important. So no matter what, it's like, I'm not going to stop doing music with him because he makes me sound better, in the same as vice versa. I make him sound better. We mesh together too well for us to ever really have that big of a problem. Because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, are we going to do this together or nah? And always the answer is better just be like, yeah, we're going to do this together. Because separately, you feel me? Everybody would want us to divide because then we could get taken over. But if we're together, we can rule the world. And that's my goal, really. Keep us together, keep him happy. We're good.
So tell us a little bit about you now.
What you need to know?
We kind of went straight, instead of learning about you, we jumped straight into the business.
I mean, I'm very business. That's why it's hard for me to go any other way. Because when it comes to me doing my music thing, this is like my heart. So I put everything of me into it. Always.
I know. But I also came to find out a little about you. You know, you little handsome thing, yo.
Oh, thank you.
So, tell us about who are you and how you got started in this.
Alright, so, yeah, like I said, I'm Kaine, you know.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Kaine.
I've been rapping since I was like 10 years old, 9, 10 years old. Didn't really take it serious at first. I was just trying to show off to my older brother and my cousins and stuff. Because, like, they was, like, real into music. My cousin rapped, too. And, like, I have a lot of, like, even older cousins who's, like, right now they would be in their, like, 50s or 60s if they were still alive and stuff like that. They were rappers, too, like, when hip-hop, like, first started. I have a cousin from Brooklyn, and he was a member of this rap group called Nucleus. They had a song called Jam On It. It was, like, a real big hit back in the day. But they didn't really make no money off of it because, like, in those time periods, like, contracts wasn't shit. Rappers wasn't making nothing. And they went multi-platinum and didn't make anything. So that's crazy. So I would be talking to them and stuff, and, like, so music was, like, in my family heavy. So I just started trying to rap, and, like, hearing my other cousin rap. He went by Siegel then, like, trying to be like Beanie Siegel or whatever. He was rapping, and I was just, like, hearing him. I'm like, yo, I could do this. I could be better than that. So I tried it. And I first would start off just memorizing other people's raps and stuff, like memorizing raps from movies or like other songs I heard. Like there was this movie CB4 with Chris Rock, and I memorized the song straight out of Low Cash, and I would rap that for my brother and his friends. And like they liked hearing me say it because I was like, I'm a little 9-year-old and I'm cursing, and I memorized this whole song that was like super entertaining for them. So after that, I started writing my own stuff. And, like, everybody was telling me I was good. I sounded either as good as rappers that they would hear on the radio or better. And they was like, you need to really do this. So as I got older, I started really trying to get better and better at it. And then it came a point in time where, like, I felt like I really needed to really do it. So I started talking to other family members of mine about, like, how to get into music. And my father has this cousin named Roland. Like, he passed away, too, God rest his soul. But he owned a record label called Payroll Records that used to do business with Rock-A-Block, which is the production side of Rockefeller when they first came out. So he introduced me to a couple of people and like had me contacting like Ski Beats, who produced Reasonable Doubt, who put me in touch with Dame Dash and stuff. And so like I was talking to them trying to get into the music game and stuff. And honestly, it's a real hurtful moment for me because I rap for them. Like I rap for my cousin Roland and Ski, and they liked it. And then they called Dame Dash and I rapped again. And Dame was like, that shit was trash. Don't put me on the phone with this trash ass nigga. And that shit like blew my mind. I was like, wow, like I spit some crazy bars.
And how old were you back then?
I was like 15. And so essentially what Dame Dash said was that they wasn't looking for a rapper who could just rap. They wanted a rapper that could sell, who's like a definite sell, who can make a catchy hook, something like a Soulja Boy, because this is when Soulja Boy was first blowing up with Crank That and all that. And he was like, we need someone who could sell ringtones. And all he had was like Soulja Boy as his reference. Then cut like a couple years later, I'm graduating high school and stuff. I hear him on the radio talking about Kendrick Lamar. And like, yeah, I met this artist. Like I talked to him and stuff and he sounded just like that. Like real lyrical, like had crazy bars. I never would have thought anybody would have bought that. Like, so I ain't never really hit him back and touch base with him again. So that really hurt my feelings, but then it let me know I was on the right path, that I need to really keep doing it.
He spoke about your situation with you.
Yeah. Like on some radio show, like my mother told me about it, like, yo, Dame Dash is on the radio right now. I think he's talking about you. I tune in and this is what I hear. Like he was talking about some artist that he was talking to over the phone that his boys put him into. And the only person who like it would link to, like he could have been talking about any artist. Maybe he met another artist that could rap like that, but I just felt like that was me. It had to be, because it was too soon of it happening. Like he had to be talking about me because I spit some crazy stuff, especially for a 15-year-old to come out. And he was like a young kid is what he said. I was 15. He knew how old I was, but then it hurt me though. He ain't even remember my name. I'm like, damn, I ain't stand out that much. So then now I just started going even more hard after that.
Did you ever look up that interview afterwards?
Nah, I don't really want to see it again because it hurt so bad to hear it the first time. I'll never want to hear that again. I just want to keep that knowledge of when he first said I was whack to my head, so I got someone to prove something to.
So what would you say if you had the opportunity to actually see him in person?
Oh, I remember you told me I was whack. Look at me now. That's pretty much it. Where you at now, look where I'm at. Because I really want to be bigger than Rockefeller was when he was at the top. I want to be bigger than that. I want to have the new Rockefeller, have a team of artists that don't break up like they did. I want to have my team of artists so big that we take over everything. That when you hear any music on the radio, you hear any music in New York, you're hearing me. You're hearing Skitzo Inc. on that. You feel me? That's a Skitzo Inc. artist right there. That's what I want. Because then, who's going to tell me anything? How you going to tell me I'm whack now?
Where do you feel like you fit in this spectrum of artists?